Hello everyone. So yeah, good morning. Risky here again. Yeah, and I'm so excited to make this video. Like, oh my god, like yesterday I safely landed in Indira Gandhi Airport in New Delhi. Yeah, I was so excited because I was picked up by my Indonesian friend. She pursued her study in Jamia Millia Islamia University in New Delhi. And yeah, so actually, like previously, if you watch my video when I was in Chennai, Ahmedabad, Udaipur, and New Delhi, I was filming it probably in winter, and then unfortunately I haven't uploaded it yet because at the time I was so hectic with my schedule after coming back to Bangalore. Yeah, I had such a short tight schedule, so yeah, I haven't uploaded it. And yeah, since I realized that I don't have like much storage, because yeah, right now I'm in New Delhi again, so yeah, I decided to upload it like before I reaching New Delhi. So yeah, it was just kind of throwback kind of thing. And yeah, actually, on this semester break, started from May, I had my trip in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, and at that time, I was dropping over a couple of different places, such as Ho Chi Minh City, Dong Nai. Dong Nai is the place when I had like a social devotion. I was joining Isaac kind of thing. And yeah, at that time, I was joining like a project called Dream Maker Project, and I need to, teach the pagoda's children about English. And yeah, I have done my social devotion there, like probably almost 2 months. It was when I was in 2019. I also visited my friend's house in District 12. Yeah, and yeah, I haven't uploaded again like some of video when I was in Vietnam. And after that, I went on Indonesia. So yeah, on the semester break, I drove over Vietnam, and then I continued my journey to Indonesia, and I've been there like probably almost 2 months. But yeah, I was when I was in Indonesia, I was still handling like the Indonesian Student Association kind of thing, because yeah, like this July our period would be over. So yeah, there are a bunch of things that I need to deal with. Like I need to write any kind of report. I also become like a freelance teacher there. So yeah, it's quite hectic. And yeah, luckily, like yesterday, yeah, not yesterday, but on 18, I had my flight from Indonesia to Singapore, and I did transit there for probably like 11 or 10 hours before I reach Indira Gandhi Airport in New Delhi. So yeah, actually when I was in Singapore, I was so excited because it was the first time for me to do, not the first time, but it's such a once in a blue moon, like to do the transit in Singapore. Because if I want to fly to another country, like either it's in India or another one, I prefer Kuala Lumpur or Malaysia, because everything is so convenient there. Like everything is affordable, and I don't know, there's a feeling of homey kind of thing. Yeah, because yeah, at the time I could have like a bunch of meals on a convenience store at the airport, and the price is totally doesn't cost me ramen a leg. But yeah, actually, because I needed to carry, such a heavy things for Indonesian meeting that would be held in the New Delhi. Yeah, like I have asked a friend of mine to pick like the right flight that include, like 30 kg kind of thing for the baggage. And yeah, I had my transit in a Singapore, and at that time it was totally, I could say that it's not that exciting, but it's kind of new experience. Like, even though I do not prefer to do my transit in Singapore, but yeah, there's a kind of feeling like, okay, like how does it feel to have the transit in Singapore? Because in Singapore, as you know, like the price, everything there is not that affordable. Yeah, it's quite pricey. But yeah, I mean, at that time, like I was so impressed by the advanced technology of the Singapore International Airport. So when I reach the airport, I need to move to another terminal in order, like to continue my flight to New Delhi. So it's totally comfy and it's such an easy peasy thing. So when I try to move from Terminal 1 to Terminal 2, I just need to use this high train, which is totally easy peasy, and it's free, so there's no charge for that. And when I was in Singapore, I was so amazed by the experience of scanning my passport for the immigration thing, using, like there's machine things. Since I have like e-passport, so I just need to scan my passport on that machine, and yeah, it tried to, like detect my face and kind of thing, scanning my face and stuff. And yeah, it's super easy and it's totally impressive because when I'm in Indonesia, like when I face like Indonesian immigration, we haven't had that kind of tool. So yeah, it's such a valuable experience. Like, oh my god, Singapore is totally cool, that kind of thing. And when I was in Singapore, I didn't film like any kind of video because at that time I was not in a mood. I brought totally heavy stuff. Like, can you imagine, I carried like 32 kgs. Like, oh my god, it's a lot. But yeah, like I manage, and here I am in New Delhi. So yeah, like during my trip, I was at the airport, whether in when I was in Singapore and Indira Gandhi, I didn't film anything because I was not in a mood. And yeah, like I could see that myself, like I was experiencing like the fatigue, and I was exhausted. So yeah, it wouldn't be good for that, so that's why I didn't film anything. And yeah, so that's why I made this video, and I'd like to show you like a glimpse of my short of trip when I was in Singapore and in New Delhi. And right now, actually we have like, as I said before, we would like to have like Indonesian Student Association meeting, which takes place in Indonesian Embassy in New Delhi. The event would be on 28th to 30th, but yeah, right now I come earlier to New Delhi in order to, like try to explore New Delhi a little bit before the event. And right now I'm staying at my friend's place. So yeah, actually we've never met before, we've never seen each other before, we just had our communication on WhatsApp. So yeah, she's part of she's the member of Indonesian Student Association, even though she's not the officer. But yeah, what I love the most about being Indonesians is, like if you see another Indonesian, even though you haven't seen them before, like you could just, mingle with them, and you could be like their family right after. So yeah, that's how we make friends. And yeah, I'm so grateful for that. And actually on my first day when I reached my friend's place, like I was totally shocked because like like here somewhere in India it's totally hot, like like the humidity is higher, I guess. I'm sweating a lot, like oh my god, I couldn't stand it, I couldn't bear it. Yeah, like it reminds me of when I was in a Ho Chi Minh City, like moving from Bangalore to Ho Chi Minh City, which is kind of tropical and it's totally hot, because when I was in a Ho Chi Minh City, the temperature was 37 Celsius and it was totally hot. I wasn't in a mood at all to go anywhere to, like stroll around the city and stuff, but I did a little bit, because when I tried to walk, like even though it's just like 100 meters or 200 meters, I was sweating like a pig. So yeah, and yeah, when I'm reaching New Delhi, like for my very first day, like I was like, oh my god, this is so hot, like I was sweating, like I couldn't stand it, even though we use like the fan and the cooler, but I'm not a huge fan of the fan and cooler. So yeah, like it's kind of shocking, but yeah, even though I feel that kind of feelings, but still, I still love New Delhi, and I'd love to explore New Delhi again in the summer. So yeah.